7. You got too many games in there. You said 5 and 7.
3 and 4, 5 and 7. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5 and 7. Yeah, they played 7 games. Like Cowboys are 3 and 4.
Okay, but I thought you said 5 and 7.
Oh, I said 5 and 7. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
5 and 2. They
there you
7
go.
games.
They got 12 games for.
No, I'm sorry. I probably did. I can't hear myself saying 5 and 7. You're right. You're correct. I stand corrected on that. 5 and 2 and 7 games into the season.
No, that's a good situation.
Right. In a great situation. Denver Broncos. That's a big game. Washington Redskins, a very winnable game. Tennessee Titans. Cleveland Browns.
Easy schedule.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Indianapolis, the Jets.
Yeah.
Philly's a little tough. Jacksonville may have imploded by that point in time.
Right, there you go.
They probably already have imploded.
Yeah, so, there you go. So now you're looking at a potential 14 and 12 and 4. You're looking at a 12 and 4 going into the playoffs.
Yeah, 11 and 5, even if you maybe let one slip away, maybe.
Yep, well, I think they could actually get to be 13 and 3.
And you don't think the Jets will just chap Jerry's ass if they go 13 and 3? He goes, he goes 5, he's 6 and 10, 7 and 9, whatever they end up going. It'd be interesting.
It could definitely fall that way. That's the only thing we're worried about the great state of Texas. They won the Governor's Cup, so maybe they're the people that take us on out there. And they just picked up another wide receiver with Demarius Thomas. So
they picked up Demarius Thomas.
Yep,
that's a huge get.
Yep,
I like him.
Yep. So they got injured the other way.
Why did they let Demarius Thomas go? He was up in Denver, right?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They got Denver here playing in the next game. So, it's a huge deal. We get ready to go to break. We'll come back and talk a little bit of NBA basketball and everything that's going on in the basketball world. Great time to be in Texas. Weather's nice and cool. Get a little extra rain here. Kind of set some records there. But everything's rolling along pretty good. Plenty going on. Plenty of football. Plenty of basketball. World Series is over with. All things all good. We got a lot to be thankful for. All things sports, all things Texas. Doing it like it does right here on the Lonestar Sports Show. Tom Emman, Lady Life. Under Your Money, The Prince, and yours truly, Alan Branch, back in 180 seconds with more Lonestar Sports Show. This particular segment was brought to you by HardhamHotels.com. Take a look and listen and see how you can put your money where you sleep. Back with more of the Lonestar Sports Show. Back here at the Lone Star Sports Show, the Lone Star Sports Network. Tom Emlin, Lady Life, Unequal Money, The Prince, and yours truly, Alan Branch, giving it to you just like it is. All things sports, all things Texas. We're right here in the middle of everything that you can possibly imagine that's going on. Like I said, we got the best of both worlds right now. Great weather, great sports. You don't have to really, really struggle for anything. I mean, you can watch NBA basketball, 6, 7 nights a week?
Yeah.
I mean, how many nights a week is NBA basketball not on? It could be a bad game, but, even at that, it's still.
Every day.
I'll tell you what's kind of cool is the late games. I was telling a buddy of mine 10 years ago we wouldn't stay up late to watch a 9:30 game because the Western Conference sucked and the East was good. But now with the better teams in the West, it's kind of cool. You can do everything you got to do, settle in at 8:30 at night and watch a nice game.
Really nice observation.
There's a lot of really nice late-night games, man. I love those games.
We know we're a long ways away from 82-game season. We're 5 games into it. We're just barely scratching the surface, but you got to start somewhere. Yeah. And right now,
can Ticking Time Tom have 1 minute while we talk
I
about
know who's getting ready to get killed right now. I need a break. Matter of fact, this is gonna be Ticking Time Tom. I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but I'm gonna step away and let Ticking Time Tom do his thing.
All right,
go ahead, Tom. You got it.
Everyone says that defense wins championships and offense sells tickets. And the guy who owns the Houston Rockets, I think his name is Fertitta, a guy who owns a lot of restaurants. Yeah. All right, obviously you know what you're doing with the restaurants because you made a shitload of money, but obviously you don't know what the hell you're doing with basketball because you hired Mike D'Antoni. Because, I mean, the day that you think Mike D'Antoni and Carmelo Anthony are the solution to your problems, you don't have a freaking clue what your problems are because you got 2 ball-dominant guards with a bunch of guys who don't guard no one. You added Carmelo Anthony. About an hour and a half after they signed that contract, me and a buddy of mine were talking about it, and I said, all they're going to do is mix him up in ball screens. They'll do all that weak-ass switch-all stuff, and he'll get buried. So, shockingly enough, Mike D'Antoni, get it, no D? Mike D'Antoni decided that on a 2-day stretch they were going to go ahead and change their scheme. Well, what scheme gets a lazy ass to move his feet when he doesn't want to move them? And Carmelo is a capable defender. He's an unwilling defender. James Harden's a capable defender. He's unwilling. There's only one basketball. I have no idea how on earth they think they're going to be a better team this year than last year. And if they get Jimmy, I think it's a great move because Jimmy's a great player. I still don't think that fixes it. I think Jimmy would go batshit crazy having to play with all those people anyway. So with all that said, Fertitta, you got to stay with what you know because you don't know shit about basketball.
Well, do you think Carmelo came in to be a replacement for Trevor Ariza or Ryan Anderson?
I don't know that he's a replacement for either one because both of those guys try. And Carmelo's old and doesn't. And I don't respect him. I don't like his game. I never have. Well, he's like a Jay Cutler of basketball. He's blasé and disinterested.
I think he's an improvement over Ryan Anderson.
But is Ryan Anderson the reason you didn't win last year? I mean, I'm not arguing with you that you're right.
And I think James Ennis was supposed to come and be the Trevor Ariza replacement.
But I just don't think you know what your problems are when you keep. I mean, you remember the year that David Kahn drafted 3 6-foot point guards in the same draft?
Johnny Flynn.
What are you like smoking really, really good meth or something? What's going on, you friggin' idiot? You obviously don't know what your problems are if you think that's the solution to take 3 6-foot point guards. Mike D'Antoni has never coached a defensive team in his life. He doesn't care about defense. Every year it's the same crap.
Do the Rockets make the playoffs?
Probably, but they're not going to win. They're not going to win no championship. And everyone keeps saying they're just one game away. Okay, but your window might have slammed shut on your finger because Chris Paul's got to be sick to his stomach playing with those clowns. Because Chris is old school and he's tough. And the rest of those, I think James Harden is the beginning of the millennials. He's the first entitled little narcissist baby. I would hate playing with him. Or Westbrook too.
I just don't know how long. I mean, you got Chris Paul at age 34.
Check, see what side of the check I sign around this.
2-year window. That's all you got.
But how long does that style? My bad, coach. How long does that style of play? I just don't know if they make the playoffs. I think they're really going to be fighting for a spot.
Yeah, I mean they may be 7, 8, 9 and not make it. But the whole thing is if you really think that you were that close, and everyone keeps the narrative is that they were just that close, or they're just that close. Well, then fix the problem. What was the problem? No low post presence, no defense.
Okay, let's break it down. Okay, let's look at. Okay, we know Golden State
terrible.
Is what it is. Okay, New Orleans.
I like that team.
Yeah. Denver. I haven't had a chance to look at it real good.
I haven't seen them either yet. I like Jamal Murray an awful lot. Jamal Murray's nice.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah, Jamal Murray can fill it up.
Jokic.
Jokic is a nice player.
San Antonio, is it the Belichick?
They're the Patriots of the NBA.
That's the Belichick effect.
Belichick's got to play. Everyone who comes there does better.
DeMar DeRozan's looking really good.
Oh, dude. And LaMarcus Aldridge looks re-energized.
Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, and they're not there at all. Okay, now after you get to done with those 4 teams right there,
I like Utah's team.
I don't think Minnesota is that far off.
No.
We know that talent-wise they're not.
It's just chemistry.
Well, that's never going to get fixed.
You can tell when they're playing. It's bad.
Well, Jimmy can't unring the bell and unsay the things he said because he all but called them the P word. Let's face it.
No, but they had to answer back. I mean, what are you going to do? You going to fight back or you going to be one?
Oh no, that's exactly that's why I like what Jimmy did.
Yeah.
Jimmy punked him. I wanted to see if they were going to get punked.
Yeah, that was a whole deal. And I actually saw it matter to my man the other day. He slammed the ball down on the floor. Maybe we got a technical foul or whatever because of
which one? Kyle Towns?
Yeah, Kyle Towns.
Wow, he actually has a pulse, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, he actually responded.
The only pulse I've ever seen that guy have is when he grabs his stat sheet at the end of the game to make sure that his brand's up.
We know it's 4 teams. When you look at this whole thing, it's 4 teams that are, I don't know if you want to call them playoff locks, but we're going to call them playoff top end favorites.
So you think
Golden State, Denver. Golden State.
Don't
Denver.
sleep on Utah now.
New
Utah's
Orleans.
got Ricky Rubio. You got Gobert.
Donovan Mitchell. Joe Ingles.
Yeah, I really like the. Don't sleep on those guys.
So that's a top 4 or 5. So now we got 3 spots down there right now. So we've already looked at Golden State, Denver, San Antonio, New Orleans, and you guys are saying Utah. So that's 5 right there. So we got 3 spots.
So now you look at the Clips.
You look at the Clippers, Portland. Trailblazers, Lakers.
Hey, the Lakers. If the Lakers go 2-5, 2 more 7-game segments, they're going to bury their asses.
We're not even talking about Oklahoma City.
They're terrible.
Right.
Yeah, they're
Hey, Russell, dribble the ball more. That's the solution. It drove Kevin. It drove Kevin out of town. It drove all the fans away. Just keep dribbling.
They're the
Russ.
worst shooting team, 3-point shooting. I think they average 23% from 3.
And the league average is about 38, 39. Yeah. Most teams. I was looking at most of the games. Yeah. Most of them 38% going in. If you're over 40, you're ecstatic as a team.
No, it's actually pretty bad. You guys are right there. There's no doubt about that. So,
by the way, let's talk about LeBron. Did he send a chilling message to the underachieving knucklehead millennials in LA when he said, "You're not going to like being around me when I lose my patience"? That had a very cryptic tone.
Yeah. You think the guys who's he talking about?
Well, probably all of them, but I guarantee the first 2 words out of everyone's mouth was "Holy shit!" Yikes! Because I got news for you. You're not prepared to deal with LeBron emotionally or physically, either one. No. I mean, you're just going to get your ass handed.
Pick your poison.
No, you could die by the knife or you could die by the gun, but you're going to die on that one.
Right. So we're looking at 5. We call the 5. So now we're looking at Houston, Oklahoma City, Lakers, Minnesota, Memphis, Portland, all those guys fighting for 3 spots.
Mm-hmm. And is Jimmy Butler enough to pull you out of that abyss?
If in some weird way they have enough talent that
if it responds right,
if everybody responded and started saying, it's kind of wake up and say, it's kind of like a bad marriage. Everybody come in,
But let's speculate. If he has a problem with Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins up in Minneapolis, don't you think if he goes down there, he's going to have that same problem? I mean, isn't he dealing with basically the same millennials? Isn't he a bunch of candy asses?
Well,
I know Carmelo's got the stature.
He's dealing with older guys.
But he's still soft.
I think Chris Paul and Carmelo, I think they will all.
They could keep his bark collar on him, his no bark collar?
I think they'll all come to a conclusion.
Yeah, they're
but I just wonder if at the end of the day, though, Harden's soft. And at the end of the day, Carmelo's soft. And at the end of the day, Chris is tough, but he's old.
I would say, I think they will be able to
manage the clubhouse.
Chemistry, but is that team good enough to beat Golden State Warriors?
There's still only one ball. You've already got 3 ball-dominant people, and Jimmy wants the ball too. And as much as Jimmy's a competitor, we all know Jimmy. Mm-hmm. And I love Jimmy. And Jimmy works his ass off, but Jimmy wants the ball too. And if you ice him off that ball too long, you're going to have problems. And if Jimmy ices James off the ball too much, we're going to have problems.
Well, okay.
It's going to be tough. There's only one ball.
Okay, I'm glad we came around this, and I guess we got all our captions right. And we're talking about the subject we're supposed to be talking about. We're talking about the NBA. We're talking about basketball for sure. Why is it? I know why it is. It's one of those kind of like the FBI. You ask a question, you know the answer to already. Why is it that Golden State got plenty of guys that need the ball and score the ball and do all these different things with the ball? Why they don't have any trouble with having not enough ball to go around?
3 reasons. They like each other more, they respect each other more, and they get the pecking order.
No. I mean, all 3 of those are nice reasons. The reason why is they understand ball movement.
Yeah, they move that ball.
They move that ball. Did you see that thing? But
the idea that the open guy shoots the ball is based on unselfishness, not ball movement.
Well, ball movement is what is.
But one of the A lot
of chicken or the egg, but I mean,
no, I know, but a lot of quarterbacks would say, "I'm going to throw to the open man." So the situation dictates who gets the basketball, so by the same token, I think that the situation dictates who gets the ball in Golden State, but they handle who gets it better than the other teams do.
Well, I mean, exactly.
And the proof's in the pudding in the rings.
But the thing is that what about the night that the guy started out the show on? We about to end the show on him is Klay Thompson. What about the night that he scores like 50 or 60 points and takes like 4 dribbles?
Right, but like what I'm saying though is I think Kevin Durant
touches the ball and all over the floor. I mean, it was a crazy deal when you chart it. If you want to see an interesting thing, go chart Golden State's player movement without the ball.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, but also you want to watch.
I mean, it looks like you know what it looks like when you're on an airplane and you look down and you see the air traffic controller with all the different flights coming into a particular area, into one airport. That's the way their movement without the basketball is. I mean, a guy goes from here to there to there. I mean, it's like they're just moving around. I mean, it's like.
All right, but it's kind of like receivers in football. Like there are some receivers who don't touch the ball during the game, and the reason is because they got double teamed. That's what allowed their tight end to get open. A mature, nuanced person gets that, and I think the Golden State is a mature, nuanced team. The ones who are just selfish little pricks are like, I didn't get my touches. Well, you weren't open, asshole. You don't get it when you're not open.
Well, and then they want to stand and complain about not getting the ball.
Right.
Too.
If you want to work for it, because you can always rebound the ball. No one ever stopped you from rebounding.
Nobody ever stops you from rebounding, and that's the whole deal, man. So I mean, it's a tricky deal.
Culture of victims.
You're right, and the crazy part about it is that no matter how sophisticated, no matter how much money, like my boy Mark Olivier with the Oakland Soldiers out in Oakland, California, used to always say, "Branch, the game is pure in between the lines. All the BS and all of this and all, you can't get away from the reality of what's going on." Hey, here we are getting down into this red zone or into the paint or whichever one you like, but we're getting down to the end. We're gonna come back and analyze and look and see what is going on in the month of November in high school basketball. Going to break down some things and look and see what else going to be going on, what's coming on with the recruiting situation. We're going to take a good look at that and which guys are left that are going to have not said where they're going to go and commit to. So we're going to analyze some things here in this last segment. But today's show is brought to you by FastSmallSports.com. This last segment is brought to you by Hartem Hotels. So take a look at HartemHotels.com and see where you can put your money where you sleep. Back in 180 seconds with more Lonestar Sports Show. Hey, you're back here in the Lone Star Sports Show on the Lone Star Sports Network. Taking a look at it right now down here in the paint. Since we're talking basketball, it won't be the red zone. We're going to call it the paint. Finishing up in this last segment. Today's show is brought to you by FastSmallSports.com. Looking at the class of 2019, and by the way, man, right now, 2018 class has a lot of work to do. It's not going really, really well for the 2018 class in college right now. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, where some things are. There's still some juries out, you know, on it. And I want some things that are going along. Ferron Hunt has a chance to be really well. Jamar Young is going to need a little more time at SMU like we thought, but going in the right direction. We have the kid Jordan Phillips coming back off of an injury, but got off to a real impressive start in the situation. Kyler Edwards at Texas Tech. Matthew Mayer could potentially is in a good direction.
I'm curious to see Caden Archie, the middle kid at TCU. I'm curious to see how he plays.
I'm not a great fan of the style.
He's real stiff and he handles the basketball.
Well, it's some of that. I mean, all high school kids overhandle the basketball.
Right,
you know,
that was unique.
Right?
What an observation, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. find me a high school kid that doesn't play center that doesn't overhandle the basketball.
Right.
And he wants to dribble it too much if he gets a chance. But when you go back to the 2019 class, you know, and you look at it, you know, I think Tyrese Maxey is a good solid bargain for Kentucky, what they want to do. Will Baker, UCLA, University of Texas, UCLA, University of Texas, UCLA, University of Texas. Which place do you like him, Tom?
Which guy now?
Will Baker. You might not even know.
Oh, no, I haven't seen him play. UCLA or Texas? I'd rather see him just stay in Texas. All things equal, you know. Things equal. No, is he a big white kid?
Yeah,
I've seen him play
a
one
lot
time.
of big white kids.
Well, the Westlake, there's no black kids at Westlake unless they're lost.
We think it's a racist ranking or something? We only got one white kid.
There's no black kids at Westlake. They bust them in. Jesus, man, it's like Boston.
There's still a black kid with Westlake. KJ was number one player in the.
Darius McBride.
I'm just being sassy.
Darius McBride is left over there. Got plenty of black kids over there. The kid Keontae, what is his name?
Keontae Candy with
Kennedy. We had a whole bunch of black kids over there.
So they got a big bus.
Yeah.
Because they don't live in Westlake, dude.
We don't have
the neighborhood. I'm just playing.
No, I mean, he's actually right. If you know how affluent Westlake is.
No, I'm talking about the neighborhood. That's all I'm talking about.
I say how affluent it is, right?
It's very, very similar to HP.
Yeah. Well, you never know quite where it's all arranged.
I'm just joking. Who cares? I'm glad those kids are going there.
They might have a lower middle class area back there for where the black
And besides, I got a news flash for you. Besides, people go to school where they want to go.
It
doesn't really matter where they live.
Earl Campbell lived there. His kids went there.
Hey, man, people go to school where they want to go. I don't know if you've heard that. The word on the street is kids aren't going where they live.
Yeah. Kids go where they get the best opportunity.
That falls under the category of no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
How good is the Ramsey kid? I've never seen him play. The Duncanville transfer in. He went to was he a Summit kid that left to go somewhere and then came back? Is that correct?
He's been a few places.
Went to IMG.
Yeah, went to IMG first of all, and then left and went to Oak Hill.
Yeah.
Oak Hill back to, so he's been to 4 high schools. He's at his 4th high school now.
Yes.
Right.
Ooh.
What was his first high school?
Summit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, was Summit. I don't know why I thought it was Arlington something.
No, it's Mansfield.
Who's Drew Timmy's short list? You guys know?
Anya probably knows better than I do. I know that Purdue is in there pretty good.
Purdue, I think Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, yeah.
That's a good fit. Gonzaga, that's a nice match.
Michigan State, all that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know how many scholarships Michigan State has left. But
I'd like to see him go play for Greg up at Purdue.
Yeah,
that's our guy.
He'd be a good piece. Good, tough kid. Probably a kid that Illinois. That's right. Somebody asked me that. Yeah. Illinois is in there good.
Brad's going to get on the list with a bunch of people and never get any of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could possibly get that kid. I don't know.
Maybe here, but he won't get him out of the Midwest because it's too crooked.
Yeah, it's Alabama, Gonzaga, Illinois, Texas A&M, and Arizona.
That's a good list.
Mm-hmm. Good list. Good, really good list. Tell you, whoever gets Drew Timme is going to get a high school kid that's ready to play. One of the biggest things that has come in, you look at the 2018 class, and it has a glaring picture of that, is that kids coming out of high school, talent doesn't equate to playing time. And they don't understand, and a lot of the people that are the innocent bystanders or the sit around barbershop people, you start trying to look at a kid him being talented enough won't get him on the court in college basketball. It just won't do it. I think.
Are you saying that's because everyone's talented?
No, because playing hard and playing defense will get you on the court.
That's why motor is one of the first things that people who know what the hell they're doing evaluate. Yeah. Does a kid play hard, and does he play hard all the time?
Right.
Or does it just special? Is he a special occasion player?
Or does he even understand playing hard? At least does he even know he has a switch, or that there is a such thing as playing hard?
No, I agree with that totally. And there's no. I always told my kids, I said, I don't coach effort. I'm not going to try to coach effort. You bring the effort. I bring my effort. I don't ask you to motivate me.
Right. Great way to put it. Victor Awaku going to Oklahoma. I skipped down to number 10. Could be one of the most ready kids to play right away because he understands what he is. He plays hard as hell all the time, and is not sitting there whining, looking for opportunity. Will Baker is still open. I think it's a UCLA Texas thing. There could be something going on behind the bushes. I don't, kill myself. I think Donovan Williams to Texas is a tremendous get. I think one of the really good solid fits. I said Victor, but one of the really solid, ready to play right away. Devon, actually Oklahoma, Lon Kruger and my man drawing a blank looking at the and the assistant staffs there did a really good job of coming into Texas and getting Victor Wanhu and Devon Harmon. They did not miss on toughness. No. They didn't miss on playing hard.
Looking at that list right there, the guy or those two high recruits, and then they had the kid last year that was a freshman out of Georgetown. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's actually coming along trying to figure it out.
I always hate to say this because the pressure they put on coaches, there's pressure just by showing up and everything. But when they start looking at that list, and I think didn't Geyer go out second round last year, first or second?
Coach, he's a nice.
Oh, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. And what I'm saying is I hope he has a good year because I want to get the monkey off his back because I know exactly how it works if you have 2 bad years in a row like that, people start climbing on you. I want to see him stick it to him. Hopefully he'll have a good year.
Yeah, because he's a good guy.
Really nice guy. And he's one of those guys who worked on the inside.
First name Grant, maybe?
Grant Long, yeah.
Grant Long.
And he's one of those guys who's like, I wasn't playing with. Everyone says he's an overnight sensation. Yeah, 20 years in the making when I coached 10th grade and JV and all the other things. You get your varsity shot. But everyone needs a shot.
I think one of the really big sleepers of the guys going to the Power 5, because right now we're probably going to end up with just a good year in Texas. We're going to end up with about 21 Power 5 players.
Mm-hmm. The kid from Huntington Prep, where's he from originally?
Huntington
Houston.
Prep.
He's
from
Houston.
Yeah, Westbury Christian. Westbury Christian High School. He's already going to Louisville.
How good of a fit is Harris to South Carolina? Or to A&M, pardon me.
It's a catch and shoot guy. Okay. Yeah, solid guy can catch and shoot. Could have be defensively challenged, but that will coach well enough to figure it out.
That's Jason Sasser's nephew right there, I believe. Son or nephew, one or the other. Number 24 right there. Remember Jason played at Tech?
Yeah, Jason's nephew.
Played at Kimball, yeah.
And the father played. Well, actually, that kid's father is.
He played at Velt?
Is in between the two. No, they all played at Kimball, I believe. Yeah. Okay. That kid's father's a cop. Yeah. I saw him downtown one night. Real nice guy. But
it's funny. The story Baron Brown used to tell me was Sasser's dad used to go down. He used to play in these old knee-high socks and stuff. He could hoop his ass. They said he used to give it to people when he was 35, 40 years old.
Is that right?
And he taught his kids to score. He said, people don't pay you to do nothing. People pay you to score. Jason and Gerald learned to score.
But no, Chris Harris will be a fit. He's a floor spacer. He's a poor man's version of a Klay Thompson. He serves the same purpose. Okay. If he learns to use his IQ and move and do some different things, that's part of development. I think probably the biggest sleeper in the whole deal is Donovan Williams that's going to Texas. I think he has a tremendous, huge upside.
Is Albert Thomas still at Elkins? Albert Thomas?
Oh, Albert's still
I love Albert, man.
Great high school basketball
he's a really
coach.
good guy. He was the assistant coach with Barry Davis at Grand Prairie High School.
Grand Prairie High School, right? We know Barry Davis is one of my closest mentors.
I love Barry.
Yeah, and
I love Barry. He's great.
He's the whole deal there. You got that kid that's going there. Xavier Wheeler, pure point guard, is another good piece. We're looking like 21. Trying to see if there are any other sleepers back here in the bushes that end up at a Power 5. So we're going to do probably 21 Power 5s this year. We're probably going to do probably 40, 45 that are going to play top 12 leagues in the country. It's pretty good. Pretty good. You got Darius McBride, number 42, at going to SMU. So there are a lot of pieces. Deron Tucker has gone down to North Carolina somewhere. Not sure how that's going. That's another sleeper kid over at Sunnybrook. Julius Marble Had an interesting conversation about him. He'll be a kid that'll go late, do some different things. So there are a lot of things. Kobe Williams at Kimball High School will be a hot spring recruit. I don't think he's going to do anything. Everybody goes out to Utah to they could call for the information, trying to get to Utah for the Trey Williams kid.
Is Bryce back at South Grand Prairie, or is he?
He's
at Sunrise.
He's at Sunrise.
He's at Sunrise. I was surprised. You can point on it. That's on his job to change the name.
Come on, honey. Come on, man. Get your database updated.
Honey's supposed to update the stuff.
Update the database, man. Come on. Snooze, you lose.
No, we actually do that together. Oh, I didn't realize Justin Whipper had gone over to Hargraves Military. How about that? Snuck that one in on me. He did check that one. Yeah. Another two biggest sleepers. I shouldn't say sleepers. Biggest steals could be Juwan Roberts going to University of Houston, and Donovan Williams going to University of Texas. Right, two of the biggest deals, but tremendous deal. You got Jamias Ramsey will be announcing really soon. Is the piece. Will Baker is probably the biggest mystery. Drew Timme and Will Baker are 1 and 2 and 4.
What's Ramsey's short list?
Well, Ramsey will be a Red Raider.
Oh, he's going to Tech?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he'll end up being a Texas. I mean, there could be a surprise thing in the bushes on that. You never can tell. Joshua Miller could be a kid that could be a really sought after kid that's really talented. That comes out.
Yeah, this season could be real.
Real huge. We got a nice deal. Got a good high school coach out there. I think DJ Thorpe is another kid I think guys really missed on. I had him at 14. I don't think anybody else had him as high as I did.
Cal Berkeley.
Yeah, Cal Berkeley.
Smart kid on top of that, huh?
Yeah.
Tough school to get into.
He's better than Chris O'Toole was at Marquette. And Chris O'Toole had 2 Sweet 16s, Elite 8, and 2 broken feet.
Damn.
Yeah. Pretty damn good. Hey, we're right here at the Lonestar Sports Show. We get ready to break out of here so we can get into our hump day and do what it does. Y'all go take a look at all the basketball that's going to be going on during the month of November. Starting this weekend, we'll be out in Wichita Falls. Friday night, I think they're on the north side up there, kicking off the Elite 14. We roll back in there to the Cowtown Tip-Off Classic. Will be a really good event with a shot clock going on there. Then we've got the Bob Hughes Hall of Fame piece that's going on after Thanksgiving. We'll be going down to Pasadena. Our schedule is packed to the lid about the basketball. And here in the month of December, between Ani and myself, we'll probably watch somewhere in the neighborhood of about 80, 85 games apiece. Yeah, that's about where it is.
About that much.
So y'all look at TexasBoysBasketball.com. Follow us on Twitter at TXBoysBasketball. 5-State Hoop Report at Ani_Umani0, I think is what it is there on Twitter. Go if you want to know what's going on. We'll be right into it. We'll see y'all again on Basketball Thursday with more All Things Sports, All Things Texas. We out.